Beach, California, where JD is visiting with today's super collector. Hey there, JD.
Hey, John, how are you? You know, we've had to come inside from that fabulous view to meet Michael Rogers in his cargo bay. Look at this room. This is a room that he calls the cargo bay. And you designed this house, and this room was very important in the design of the house, right?
Right. When our other house that we lived in, my collection started growing beyond my wife's comfort level. So when I built this house, sort of out of sight, out of mind, and I can do whatever I want up here.
And it's a great room, and he has an incredible collection, John. When we come back, we're going to take a look at some of Michael's really unique pieces.
Well, JD, I mean, look at him. Michael, you definitely belong in the original cast, man. You fit right in. This is great. JD, we'll check in with you then. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Well, actually, John, it's mainly in the cargo bay, but he has so many pieces that with his wife's permission, he's been able to store just a few items in the garage. Check this out. In the garage, John, is every action figure ever issued from 1974 up until current time. We're going to see an incredible Star Trek collection when we come back on Personal FX.
Say about super collectors. The home is gorgeous. The collection is fabulous. You know?
JD is boldly going where few people have gone before, so let's go right now. JD, show us some more.
I'll tell you, Mike's life is, Michael Rogers, his life is rough, isn't it? Now, you collect all the Star Trek memorabilia, but do you have a favorite show or a favorite, era?
No, I start off with the original series. I like the banter between the Doctor and Mr. Spock and their relationship, and then the new stories of the Next Generation and what could possibly happen in Voyager. So I really don't favor one particularly.
Over the other.
They're all enjoyable.
All right, now, Michael has really been actively collecting, consciously collecting for about 17 years.
Right.
But you were a pack rat as a kid.
Right.
And it just so happens that you saved this. This is a toy that you had as a child.
Right. My brothers and I would play with this out in the backyard. You can see it's well loved. So, so I replaced it with one that's mint in the box, but I still kept the original one.
And what is this again?
Well, they termed it a whirlybird. It's got a little propeller, and it would fly around. And you'd pick up these little toys with this hook, and then that's how you scored your points.
Wow. Now, we had mentioned, we saw the garage with all the different action figures and that. You have some figures in here that are very interesting.
Yeah, I pulled out.
Try not to pull this thing over. Tell us about these, Michael.
Yeah, these were the limited edition, the most valuable ones. This is the Tapestry Picard. It's upwards around $1,000. And then you have the 1701 edition Natasha Yar. The price range a little bit lower, but up there.
Does the autograph add much?
To some. People collect autographs. That's Denise Crosby's autograph I got at the convention. And then there was such a demand for these, they doubled the issue, made 3,000 of the Barkley one. And then for...
And you said that down the road, this is the next one that's going to be very hot.
This is the newest figure that just came out, and my friends and I have never seen one more than 5,000. So it's probably going to be the rare one that you can still get at the stores if you're lucky.
Wow.
So go hunting.
Go hunting now. And look at this. He also has a lot of scripts, autographed scripts from the series.
Right. This is Voyager, signed by the entire cast. This is Deep Space Nine. And then this, again, is Denise Crosby from the episode that the doll that we just saw was from.
Wow. And then, of course, this is from the original Star Trek. And this is a very famous episode, right?
Yes, this is Amok Time. This is one of my personal favorite episodes. There's a tender moment between Mr. Spock and McCoy when he asked him to come down to the planet, basically admitting he was his friend. And then they killed Captain Kirk and brought him back to life, and they had this emotional outburst. So
and if you look over here, this is a plate, and this plate is a scene from Amok Time, correct?
Right.
JD.
This is the battle just before he killed him.
Yes, John.
I want to ask Michael, Amok Time, is that where we learned about the Vulcan greeting with Spock?
Right. Spock and T'Pau did the first Vulcan symbol there.
But that wasn't in the script, right? He kind of just came up with that.
No, it was an ad-lib. Leonard Nimoy ad-libbed a lot, like the Vulcan pinch that he did. He thought a Vulcan wouldn't stoop to punching, so he went with the nerve pinch. It worked out, and it's been...
And this was really just an ad-lib?
Right.
From Leonard Nimoy? Wow, that's interesting. Now look at this. He has some actual props. And These are real props. They're certified.
Yeah. Right, I got them from Paramount and conventions that were Paramount sponsored. This is an actual communicator pin from the Next Generation. This is a Generation Phaser, which I got signed by Brent Spiner, LeVar Burton, and Jonathan Frakes at the 30th anniversary party at Paramount Studios. And this is a Cardassian Phaser.
Look at this thing. That looks evil, doesn't it? This is a Cardassian Phaser?
Yeah, Phaser. It's their weapon. And then this is a headpiece that was on an episode of The Next Generation called The Game. They put this on, and it was an alien race used this to control the crew of the Enterprise.
Or an alien retainer.
Right.
Yeah. Look over here. Star Trek Christmas ornaments, ladies and gentlemen.
They started in '91 with this one, and it was a test for Hallmark with a non-Christmas type ornament. It went so well. This one sold for $20. Now it's at around $400.
Now, did it sell at first, or was it a slow go?
It was a slow go at first. I found them at the stores, and then it hit, and it cleaned out by Christmas, and now everyone's looking for this to complete their collection.
Wow. And then look at this. Here are some plates over here. And these two are very valuable because they're prototype plates.
Right. The Picard and Data plate were issued by the company, and then they had financial difficulties, and they went bankrupt. These were the two that were next in line. There's only 6 of these in the world.
Wow. What's the value of those?
The last auction they sold for $5,000 each, and that was about 3 years ago, so I'm not sure about now.
Wow. And you got them autographed?
Yeah, they're autographed by the actor and the artist that painted the plate, Susie Morton.
Wow, that is great. Michael, this is an incredible collection. And no, he doesn't have it all over the house, mainly in the cargo bay, and then much to your wife's chagrin, in the garage.
Right.
She wonders if there are people who actually park their cars in their garage.
I've never found one yet.
JD, I want to ask Michael real quick, are you aware that some of the reproductions on the phasers, etc., have been going up in value as well?
All right, I have some of the reproductions over here. You saw the original one, and then these are fan-made ones here. You can see they're just as crude, and then.
But they're really going up in value now, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're around the Playmates version, which is this one. It's about $15, and then the fan-made one's around $200.
Interesting. Michael, thank you very much for letting us in here. JD, really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Boy, that is just amazing. Yeah.
It paid to hold on to some of that memorabilia, John.
That's right. Apparently Viacom is kind of clamping down on some of the reproductions, so those things are really going up in value, so it's really interesting.